Good morning, welcome to Headline Focus with me, Rob Double, here on Core Politics. The date is Tuesday, the 12th of September 2017, and with the time about 10 minutes before the start of the working day, let's have a look at what's in the news today. So first up, from the Guardian newspaper, there's pretty much a spread across the newspaper. There's no real story coming through grabbing the headlines. So let's start with a general look. The Guardian, EU citizens are facing discrimination in the UK. This is according to a dossier sent by Labour and EU citizens campaign group, the 3 Million. Apparently in this dossier it shows adverts of housing, renting adverts and job adverts, which are only available, it says, to UK and Irish citizens. So the UK Government's Equalities Office will now investigate the claims that EU nationals are being prevented from renting and buying properties, getting a job, booking holidays. Nick Gibb, the Equalities Minister, will be the minister in charge of that. Next up, as you can see in the pictures in the Sun, the Mirror, the Telegraph and the Mail and the Times, the death of Holby City star John Mitchie's daughter at Bestival Festival really has been coming through in the news today. The Sun is quoting the actor John Mitchie as saying that his family has lost our angel and their daughter Luella Mitchie's death was a tragic accident. But let's look in focus at the main story which is coming through, or I picked up in the news today, which is to do with possible strikes ahead. Now, nurses and teachers are threatening to strike if they have to accept the public sector pay cap again. This would be their 8th successive year of a 1% pay cap or freeze on their wages of 1%. It reports that this comes as reports, if you remember from the briefing yesterday, that ministers will lift the 1% pay gap for the first time, so wage rises of above 1% for police and prison officers only. So obviously the nurses and teachers have something to say about that. Also in the Mail, connected but very slightly, this comes from their investigations unit, which is saying that Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell is trying to seize power through insurrection. Now this is the idea that he spent the past 3 months at rallies and on picket lines with the unions, inciting union members to drive the Tories from office, and that's a quote they've got there. That's from the Daily Mail Investigations Unit. Pick up a Daily Mail if you're interested in reading more of that. Finally then, one more story. This comes from the Times. Trump to save UK jobs. Now, Theresa May has apparently asked Donald Trump, President Trump, to intervene in a trade dispute after pressure from the DUP, who are of course in coalition or have an agreement with the Conservatives in government at the moment. Apparently this is due to a trade dispute which threatens thousands of jobs in Belfast in particular. Canadian aircraft manufacturer Bombardier has been accused by rival Boeing of receiving unfair state support. And if Bombardier loses the case in the US, it could threaten the future of the company's Belfast factory, which employs about 4,500 people. So that perhaps is a story which develops when the US wakes up in a few hours' time. But that's pretty much it. You're up to date now. I'm not here tomorrow. Our core finances, Matt Brown, will be taking over for the day because we're in Strasbourg filming for the next Inside Europe. But don't forget, you can find out all the latest of what we're doing on our Facebook and Twitter feeds right there. But from me, here at Core London, have a wonderful Tuesday.